Samantha Boss here from theuglytruthofdivorce.com. You guys, if you are interested in finding out what some of the divorce don'ts are, stick around because this video I am going to share with you some of the worst things to do when getting divorced. So in today's video, we are going to cover some of the things that you should avoid when you're going through divorce. Now, you might be thinking, well, what can I be avoiding? What do I have to avoid? I'm already going through one of the worst things of my life. There's things I need to avoid doing? Yeah, there is. There's a lot, actually. First, I want to just tell you, if you need to save some money on your divorce and you're thinking, yeah, I do, I have some tips for you. Go to theuglytruthofdivorce.com and download your 10 free tips on saving money on your divorce. Those tips, you guys, come from tons of experience, 12 years of experience of my own personal experience and my clients. So I look forward to sharing those with you. So just go again to theuglytruthofdivorce.com. Things to not do during your divorce. Number one, do not fill your empty time away from your children and or your ex with alcohol. Nope. You're not gonna go to the bar, you're not gonna go sit and drink, you're not gonna go and just buy beer on the way home from work and drown yourself in alcohol. That's a no. You're not gonna do it. Now, can you go out for drinks? Sure. Can you meet up with people for happy hour? Absolutely. Are you gonna drive home safe? Yes. Are you gonna be to the point where you can't drive home safe? No. Because at any moment, if you are in a hostile divorce, you could have your ex calling the law on you. You could get a DUI and lose your job, which would affect your divorce. So you really need to watch it with your alcohol. And I know numbing the pain is the first thing you want to do, especially if you've been in a bad marriage, you're wanting to just go and have fun and drink some alcohol. But make sure you're being really responsible about it. And if you start to drink alone at home, that's a problem. You might want to start thinking about getting a divorce coach and or a counselor or really leaning in on that support network at home. Obviously, this goes with that. Drugs, smoking, no. No, no, no. Because at any moment, your kids may need you. You might be in a situation where your ex has to call you because you have right of first refusal and he needs you to come pick up the kids. Something happened. He's got to go to work. Maybe she got called in to a second job. You have to go get the kids. So no drugs, no alcohol, no smoking. Don't rely upon something else. That's codependency, right? You're depending upon alcohol, you're depending on the smokes, you're depending upon the drugs. You need to find something else. We're gonna get into that in a second. The other thing is, do not rely upon random sex for entertainment. Now you might be thinking that's funny. It's not. It's a very common practice of people that are going through a divorce to dive into a relationship right away, to dive into a meaningless relationship right away, or to dive into multiple relationships right away. You want to avoid that, not only for your own health, with sexual diseases, but also just your own sanity. You don't need to be tackling new random relationships as you're going through this divorce. It's just wrong, especially when it starts to hurt your character and people start noticing that you're doing this behavior. It's really important to avoid having random relationships or jumping right into a relationship. I just don't recommend it. You're gonna be an emotional roller coaster through this divorce. There is no reason to then dive into another relationship. It won't service that relationship very well. Your divorce won't. It won't help the new relationship. But also, you need some time to heal. You need a time to heal your heart, to heal your mind. Jumping into those relationships is not good. So avoid random sex. You need to focus on you. You need to be making yourself a better version of yourself for your kids and for you, for your new future. You need to really just focus on yourself. Okay, so now that I've told you a couple things not to do, here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. Make sure you find a really good support network. Make sure you have a strong structure around you for those weak moments so you don't reach for the bottle and you don't reach for random sex. Make sure you're really asking yourself, who can I put around me that's gonna pull me out of the gutter? Who can I put around me that's gonna help me at my weakest point? That could be myself as a divorce coach. I'm a second away from calling or texting, or just if you're local, we meet up. If It's somebody like a counselor. A lot of counselors do check-in service. A lot of counselors will meet with you more than once or twice a week. It just depends on what kind of counseling service you need. The other thing is just a good support network, which I've done a video on who to have in your support network, but a lot of times it's close family and friends. And you don't have to talk about your divorce, but what you need to do is talk about your feelings about the divorce. Talk about the things that are going through your head. Last piece is to find a good coping mechanism. I, for a few years, chose a lot of the things that I told you not to do, but then I found something was exercise. I dove into a company and started working out and eating really clean and ended up making that a side business. I got busy doing something else because for the first time I didn't have my kids and I was lost with what to do. You have to fill that time. So find something that's healthy to help you cope through your divorce. So if you have liked this video, go ahead and share it, like it, or just leave a comment below about what you think. If you have questions, feel free to comment below and I will get back to you. But head on over to theuglytruthofdivorce.com for your 10 free tips on how to save money on your divorce. Until next time.